Daniel, whose name means God is my judge, was a remarkable prophet and statesman in the Old Testament, whose life spanned the entire period of the Babylonian exile and extended into the early years of the Persian Empire. He was a young man from the royal or noble lineage of Judah, deported to Babylon in the first waves of exiles in 605 BC during the reign of King Jehoiakim. Upon his arrival in Babylon, Daniel, along with 3 other young men, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, later given Babylonian names, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, was selected for special training in the Chaldean language and literature, intended to serve in King Nebuchadnezzar's court. Despite being in a pagan environment, Daniel immediately demonstrated his unwavering commitment to God's law by refusing to defile himself with the king's rich food and wine. He proposed a 10-day test, requesting only vegetables and water. At the end of the test, he and his companions appeared healthier and better nourished than those who ate the royal food. And God granted him knowledge and understanding in all literature and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Daniel's extraordinary wisdom and divine insight was soon put to the test when King Nebuchadnezzar had a disturbing dream and demanded that his wise men not only interpret it, but also tell him what the dream was, threatening execution if they failed. Daniel intervened. He sought divine revelation, and after prayer with his companions, God revealed the dream and his interpretation to him. Daniel then accurately described the statue in the dream representing successive world empires, Babylon, Persia, Greece, and Rome, and prophesied the ultimate establishment of God's eternal kingdom. This act brought him immense favor, and he was promoted to a high position, ruler over the whole province of Babylon and chief of all the wise men, while his friends were appointed over the affairs of the province. Daniel continued to serve in high governmental positions throughout the changing empire. He interpreted King Belshazzar's cryptic handwriting on the wall, foretelling the fall of Babylon to the Medes and the Persians. When Darius the Mede took over the kingdom, Daniel again rose to prominence due to his exceptional abilities and integrity. Darius intended to set him over the whole kingdom. This high favor, however, incited jealousy among the officials. They conspired against Daniel, tricking King Darius into issuing a decree that for 30 days no one should pray to any god or man except the king. Daniel remained steadfast in his devotion, continued his practice of praying 3 times a day facing Jerusalem. He was consequently thrown into a den of lions, but God miraculously preserved him, shutting the lions' mouths. Darius, overjoyed, had Daniel pulled from the den and decreed that everyone in his kingdom should tremble before the God of Daniel. Beyond his public service, Daniel received prophetic visions, often dealing with future world empires, the end times, and the coming of the Messiah. Complex prophecies recorded in the latter half of his book, including visions of 4 beasts representing empires, a ram and a goat symbolizing Persia and Greece, and detailed predictions concerning the 70 years, leading to the coming of the Anointed One, the Messiah, and later events. He was visited by angels Gabriel and Michael, who gave him understanding of these complex visions. Daniel continued to serve in high positions even into the reign of Cyrus the Persian. His life is a testament to unwavering faith, integrity, and wisdom, and hard work, lived out in a hostile pagan environment. He served as a beacon of light and a witness of God's sovereignty and faithfulness throughout a period of immense upheaval for his people. Subscribe to the channel or St. Nicholas will slap you when you get to heaven. Become a member of the channel and get exclusive members-only content, courses, articles, audio, and much more, all in one place. We add new materials every single month, and we'd love to have you. Check out the links in the description or in the links for the channel. The themes in the story of Daniel. First, faithfulness in exile. Daniel's steadfast devotion to God and his law, even while living and serving in a foreign, pagan land and culture, is admirable. Divine wisdom and revelation. God granted Daniel extraordinary wisdom and unique ability to interpret dreams and visions, demonstrating his power to reveal hidden truths. God's sovereignty over empires. Daniel's prophecies and his experience with various kings underscores God's ultimate control over human kingdoms and their rise and fall. Courage and integrity under pressure. He consistently chose obedience to God over personal safety, risking his life by refusing to defile himself or by continuing to pray despite forbidden decrees. Perseverance through adversity. Daniel faced jealousy, conspiracy, and moral threats, yet God preserved him and enabled him to continue serving in high positions. Eschatological prophecy. A significant theme in the revelation of future events concerning world history, the Messiah, and the end times emphasize God's plan for redemption and final judgment. Prayer as a source of strength. Daniel's consistent practice of prayer was central to his spiritual strength and deliverance. And lastly, witness to God's power. Through his life and miraculous deliverance, Daniel was a powerful witness to kings and empires concerning the power and supremacy of the God of Israel. Some key points from the story of Daniel. Scripture references below. Daniel was from the royal noble lineage of Judah, deported to Babylon as a youth. He was exiled to Babylon in around 605 BC. He was part of the first deportation under Nebuchadnezzar. He was selected for training in the Babylonian court. He refused to defile himself with the king's food and wine. God granted him knowledge and understanding in dreams and visions. He interpreted Nebuchadnezzar's dream of the statue. He was promoted to high position, interpreted the handwriting on the wall, served under King Darius the Mede. He was conspired against due to his excellence and the favor of God upon his life. He was thrown into the lion's den for praying to God, miraculously delivered from the lion's den. King Darius issued a decree honoring Daniel's God. He received visions of 4 great beasts. He received a vision of the ram and the goat, prophesying the Persian and the Greek empires. He prayed a great confessional prayer for Israel, acknowledging national sin and seeking restoration. He received a prophecy of the 70 weeks, received extensive visions of future conflict and the end times, continued in high office until Cyrus the Persian. Daniel served multiple successive empires. And lastly, he was highly esteemed by God and angels. Gabriel and Michael ministered to him, calling him greatly loved. Daniel, one of the best. Subscribe to the channel or St. Nicholas will slap you when you get to heaven.